Jason Tatum like Kevin Durant or something. You know what I mean?
That's yeah. Yeah, that's,
you know what I mean?
That's closer, but Jason Tatum
No.
got no Rick Owens, though. There's no
zero
way.
Rick. That's why I said Bull got the Rick.
Wait on the beat.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Soul Serum podcast. I am I think that I'm Kobe, host Clay Bonine. I am joined by I might go DeMarcus Cousins, co-host Tanner Mavis. Come on, you know I had to give you the Kentucky Wildcat reference.
Shout out Boogie.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in back on the podcast today. And when we were recording the podcast last week, you brought up this idea and we kind of riffed on it for a minute and we were like, okay, all right, hold on, we got to pause. We have to make this as a podcast. And I just love it because, you know, as listeners know, you and I are big time hoops fans.
Oh yeah.
And we've tried to figure out a way to integrate hoop talk into this podcast because like hip hop and basketball are obviously like so closely related today, especially. So today, we are going to be doing rappers as NBA player comps. Basically, I have a list of 10 rappers, some of which we semi-discussed before making this video, as well as a few surprises. But before we start on the list, seeing how this is your idea originally, what are we like looking for when we're comparing these rappers to NBA players?
I mean, when you're thinking about, obviously, like you said, hoops and rap go hand in hand, and you're thinking about like the style of a rapper, the overall aura, the impact, you know, are they like an A-type, B-type personality? Are they a silent killer, or are they this like presence when they're on the court or when they're rapping? Like there's all these like intangibles that, you know, rappers, whether they take the stage or on the mic or they lay down a record, I feel like can kind of transmute the same energy and you know, overall style in basketball through, because everybody in the NBA has their own, you know, style of play, how they dribble, how they attack, you know, defenders one-on-one, if they're a star player, a role player. How many championships, like, are they a winner? Are they just, like, satisfied with just going for scoring titles and breaking records and not caring about winning? Like, I feel like there's a lot of things we can kind of, like,
it seems like
kind of dissect and, like, you know, integrate, and you could probably draw comparisons and conclusions between, you know, a rapper to, you know, narrow it down to like one or two NBA players. I feel
like a lot of this is, as you were talking about this, a lot of this is intangible. A lot of this is, for lack of a better term, kind of going off vibes a little bit.
Yeah, vibes,
big
vibes. Yeah,
but it's one of those things where like people like us who like hoops and basketball are gonna understand this.
Yeah,
you know? This is like a
you have to have a good like.
It's for a specific kind of audience.
You have to have a good understanding of both.
Yeah.
So for people that are in this, you know, world that, you know, love to watch NBA or college, just hoops overall, you know, love to bet on NBA even better,
perhaps.
And then
this podcast is brought to you by FanDuel.
Yeah, just kidding. That'd be sick. And then also, you know, listen to, you know, rap music, hip hop, whatever. Not sure what rapper he's about to pull up right now, but
well, I want to go. So seeing as how this is our first time doing this, I kind of went with mainly bigger names, I would say.
Yeah, that's probably good.
I tried to give a little bit of variance in region and maybe even in age and era.
Yeah.
But I would say these are all post 2000 rappers though, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like we probably do need to choose from the current NBA landscape.
Yeah,
unless it's like you're gonna pull up like an old head that's like on their way out.
Right. Or okay, yes. I think most of our choices will be from modern times. But let's get into it. Our first rapper off the list, kind of a polarizing one. I started us off with a hard one. Yeat.
Oh man.
The big Twiz himself. Because we started to talk about this last week, and I don't know. I'm kind of having like a hard time. what I think about Yeat is like he has to be one of a player of the newer generation.
It's got to be a unicorn.
Yeah. He's new era. Like you cannot Yeat cannot be anybody like pre 2010. You know what I mean, or pre 2015.
Part of me wants to say Jokic.
Ooh,
because
interesting.
Because Jokic like Jokic obviously brought a new style to the game when centers are just like almost becoming extinct. Mm-hmm. But then he's a great passer, great facilitator, can get a bucket whenever he wants.
He can do
but
everything.
Also he can do everything. But also like in the offseason, he just doesn't give a fuck. Like he has this nonchalant like kind of attitude about him. About like the NBA is like his side job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Racing horses is his first job.
But like Yeat
kind
of has this like. He even said it in the Drake song, I don't be giving no fucks. I don't know what you got.
Now that would be a hard NBA TikTok edit. Jokic to IDGAF.
We're giving somebody an idea right now on TikTok.
Here's my only.
They need to go from the post game interview when he's just like, or something after he won the finals. He's just like, I don't know. And then he goes, I don't be giving no fucks.
when he finds out that he has to go to a parade, and he's just like, oh. My only point against this, because I agree with almost everything you're saying. I feel like Jokic is somebody who can do everything. He can pass the ball. He can shoot. He can play off the ball. He can put you in the post. But Yeat, I feel like, has one style of rapping, though.
That's
true.
True.
I feel like he doesn't. Now, is Yeat kind of evolving within his own sound? I would say to a certain degree, yes. But I feel like he doesn't.
So we should go for somebody that's pretty, is a unicorn, has changed the game, but is like also somewhat one-dimensional.
Almost.
I like the Jokic one, too, because he's like from overseas. And isn't like Yeat like
his parents are like Romanian?
Yeah,
or something
like
that.
Same like I feel like they're kind of there's something there, and he uses weird like texts.
I will concede to Jokic. I think that's a great one. Yeat as Nikola Jokic.
You gotta like tell me if there's something better.
Well, I'm trying. I don't have another option. That's the other thing. I'm really trying to think of somebody who is. I don't want to say one-dimensional, but somebody who is just like, I don't know. Jokic.
You can go with like Luka.
No, I have Luka for somebody else on this list, so I want to hold on the Luka comparison. You know what? If it comes to me, maybe I'll say something else. But for now,
we'll write it down.
I agree with what you're saying. Yeat is Nikola Jokic.
All right, cool.
Okay, number 2. Just got to get the big one out of the way, man. Talk about the big man Drizzy, Drake.
Man. I mean, I feel like that's easy.
Should we say it at the same time?
Yeah, it's LeBron.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, era-wise, stylistically, as a global ambassador of their respective
kind of is a somewhat of a culture vulture, like LeBron has jumped he's jumped from super team to super team. He's like, I like what they got going on in Miami. I'm gonna come down to South Beach.
You're like, ooh, I'll go back to Cleveland.
Yeah, I'll go to Cleveland. Get you a ring real quick.
I could put my production company out in LA.
Hey, and the overall like I guess proudness and being prideful from where you're from, Cleveland, Toronto. There's a lot of crossover there.
No, I think it's probably the most obvious one on this list, and I'm glad that we agree. They're also both in their own right a little like corny and kind of know that they're corny.
Facts.
So they play into that. They're like, oh, if y'all are gonna make fun of me, I'll just make fun of me too. And it's like the best. That's why we love them,
Facts.
So I think that's the easiest one we're gonna have today is Drake as LeBron James.
Yeah, that one's too easy.
Okay. All right. Now, I included this one because we talked about it last week, and I just think it's so obvious. Big Sean.
Oh, Big Sean. Who'd you say for Big Sean again?
Paul George.
Oh, yeah.
Big Sean and Paul George. It's like both of these guys are people who I respect at their craft. I know that they're good.
Yeah.
They've been with other people who are, better than them, other all-stars.
When it comes down to the pureness of rapping and like basketball purists, Paul George is a great player.
Yeah.
Big Sean is a great rapper. He can freestyle all this stuff. But
what have they done, though?
yeah.
What have they done? I mean, Big Sean has a few, big hits, right?
Paul George's been to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's like the equivalent of like Big Sean like creating like I Don't F With You or like these big hits that were like they were hits, but like they just like aren't like the great, like in my personal opinion, like great songs. You know what I mean?
Yes, and maybe we are not the Big Sean, the world's biggest Big Sean podcast per se, but
there's good Big Sean songs that from the past, and he's had some great verses.
I used to always say this about Big Sean. I would always say I know a lot of his lyrics, but I don't listen to his music though, because all of his features in that run in that era, that early 2010s,
was he on the Control song?
That's his song.
That's right.
And then
he got
Kendrick
washed by
is on
everybody. That's the equivalent of making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, right there. Have like the Control song, and then like Kendrick and like Jay Electronica and like whoever else was on it, just like wash you.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think Big Sean as Paul George is just a 1-to-1 comparison.
Yeah.
Really.
Damn, that's so good, dude. They kind of look alike. So Paul George is like 6'9".
Right. But I agree. Yes,
6'8".
yes, they do.
Yeah.
They live on the same street in my mind. Okay, all right. Let's go to the next one here. This one I really don't know. This one I really don't have any like preconceived notions about. We're gonna have to talk this one out.
Okay.
Destroy Lonely. What's his NBA player comp?
I mean, immediately I want to say Bol because they just like hang out, but I feel like that's not right.
Similar clothes.
Yeah, because Bol hasn't really done much. Maybe like Jalen Green or like LaMelo Ball.
That's feeling closer. That's feeling better. Young guy, kind of flashy, scorer. Doesn't really care about defense.
That's Jalen Green.
Destroy Lonely. Like cares about his aesthetic and his kind of rapping and doesn't care about anything else that's going on. Jalen Green's not bad. Cam Thomas.
Yeah, I was thinking Cam Thomas
for
too.
real.
Yeah,
for real?
I was, but I don't think he's flat. Like
Cam Thomas doesn't fly.
We need someone that's like fly on and off the court too.
Yeah. Shea. That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. No. This is kind of tough.
This is when it will be fun to have it on the stream and people just like comment.
Could chime in with it. Yeah. Ja Morant? I don't think so. No. What I'm going through right now, I'm going through like a bunch of like young scorers in my mind. I'm trying to think of who's the best young
players that like resemble. Like they're like a carbon copy of like an other like Jason Tatum, like Kevin Durant or something. You know what I mean?
That's yeah. That's,
you know what I mean?
That's closer, but Jason Tatum got no Rick Owens though. There's no
zero
way.
Rick. That's why I said Bol got the Rick.
But I feel like Destroy Lonely is a better rapper than Bol is basketball player. I'm gonna have to cross analyze with the ESPN.
I'm just trying to think of rosters right now.
I'm gonna go to my fantasy basketball league and just see like the best scorers right now.
Fuck, dude.
It's kind of a tough one.
Like, no, I was gonna say Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
I guarantee his fits are atrocious. Like off the court, he just looks like he don't be getting no fits off.
That's fucking hilarious, and also so true.
Oh shit,
man! I don't know.
Tyrese Halliburton.
No. This is tough, man.
Yeah, this is tough.
There's not really anybody.
I like Jalen Green the most right now.
Really, I think Jalen Green has been our best comparison.
Yeah.
I'm almost done scrolling through here, but I really think that
Tyrese Maxey.
I just scrolled across his name. It's well, like okay. What are we looking for in the NBA player?
I'm looking for someone that is like first or second in scoring, but is just straight balling right now. But hasn't gotten too far in the playoffs. But
okay, I got a weird one.
But
for you.
like is kind of like his game is similar to a GOAT or someone that like his game is definitely inspired by somebody. Because Lonely is a vamp. He's within the Cardi niche.
How about Kelly Oubre? Drippy.
Yeah, big
time. Got the drip.
Okay.
Scorer.
Yeah.
Hasn't had a lot of postseason success.
Yeah.
It's
I like that.
Kelly Oubre or Jalen Green, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to go Kelly Oubre, though.
Yeah.
We like that. We like Kelly
I like
Oubre.
Jalen Green more personally, but I feel like
I think Jalen Green makes more sense from a basketball perspective.
he came in his rookie season and was balling.
And it was just like, I'm going to shoot 40 times a game. And Destroy Lonely's like, I'm going to make a 26-song album, and it's all going to be like my music. Like, I'm not trying to do anybody else's music.
Wait, was Jalen Green the one that had the allegations? Not the allegations, but like the video. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
If you're listening right now, pause this podcast and go search Jalen Green Snapchat video.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But yes, that is.
Okay.
That is
we need to take that out of it. We're talking hoops and rapping.
Yeah. But that's out of the equation.
All right, we'll go Kelly Oubre just because of that.
Okay.
I like that though. Kelly Oubre is starting to like hit his stride though. Like this year, like he's had a couple 25-point games, 30, close to 30.
He's been hooping for the Sixers. Not James Harden though. Okay, all right. That was
Sixers are like 7-1, aren't they?
That was a tough one. They are. That was a tough one. This next one, I'm curious what you say. I have an idea already, but I'm curious as to what you're gonna say.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar. Who is Kendrick Lamar's NBA player comp?
So this is a rapper, generational, but also has paid extreme homage to the traditions of the game.
Yes.
It's from the West Coast.
Yes.
Doesn't really have a miss as far as albums go. So let's say he's probably got like 5 rings, right? Albums.
Yeah. Which that kind of changes my.
I mean, is he Kobe?
That's good.
Kobe.
I have Kobe for somebody else on this list, but I'm not mad at that because I think you might be right. My original idea where I went with this was Kyrie Irving.
I don't know if I like that.
Pays homage to. I agree with you. Kyrie kind of like is like one of the last of like that old school kind of point guard from the East Coast though, which doesn't work. Really, where this all stemmed from was they both have like questionable ways about commenting on social issues, I think. And I don't even necessarily disagree with them all the time, but I'm just like, man, I wish you hadn't said it like that. And that's kind of where this all started. And I think Kyrie is like Kendrick can choose to be flashy when he wants, just as Kyrie can choose to be flashy when he wants. But I like the Kobe comparison way better, though.
Yeah.
I like the
it's
Kobe
LA
comparison. Too. Yeah, it's the LA thing.
5 rings.
5 rings, 5 classics.
Like, as a basketball purist, like learn the ropes from Michael Jordan. He studied, dissected Michael Jordan's game, and we all know that he was like our generation's Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Kendrick is like our generation's like new era of like G-Funk, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Tupac, exactly.
All right, that was a great call, man. That was a great call. I got to give that one to you. As much as I wanted to go against it, that was a great call. Okay. I just wrote down Kobe Lamar. I didn't mean to do that. All right, Kendrick Lamar is Kobe. Shout out to the West Coast. Okay, this one, again, I have a preconceived notion, but could easily be swayed. How about, let's go down south for this one.
All right, I like this.
What about 21 Savage?
Oh.
What is 21 Savage's
Damn, so we're looking for a straight assassin.
Yeah.
Is on some Slaughter Gang shit in the NBA.
I just want to give my idea out right now. Anthony Edwards. First of all, Atlanta. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yep.
They both are like bullish on their style. Like Anthony Edwards is a scorer, and he doesn't care if he's going to shoot 0 for 13 or 10 for 13. 21 Savage, when he shows up on other people's songs, he's like still doing 21 Savage type shit on their songs. Also, both of them have gotten better with each step, each album and each year of Anthony's career.
Yeah.
I feel like they have gotten increasingly better. And really, it all starts at the Atlanta thing for me. It's
Okay.
like- so what do you think about that?
My counter would probably be Kawhi. Kawhi is this
Interesting.
like 21 is kind of like you don't like he's like not like a bashful person, but just like
He doesn't talk a lot.
he doesn't talk a lot. He just he'll let his game talk. Do the talking.
That is true.
And you could say 21 has a couple rings himself.
I would say so.
Like with her loss, that's a ring. And
21 Savage has been around for like a good almost decade at this point. Maybe a little less than 7 years or something like that.
Yeah.
7-8 years. Anthony Edwards has only really been like having success in the league for like 2 years, maybe. You know, so like I could see that.
Yeah, like kind of like silent killer, but everybody has so much respect for this dude, and like everybody recognizes this guy's game.
And when you hear like other rappers talk about 21 Savage, it's like similar to how other NBA players talk about Kawhi Leonard. They're like, he's the best. He's funny. He's like, but you know, he doesn't really outwardly show that.
Yeah,
That's Kawhi Leonard. That's crazy. I was not thinking that way. With the rings too. Honestly, that's the biggest point that's selling me is that Kawhi Leonard
has
had
2 rings with 2 separate teams. I would say that like 21 Savage's rings are the whole
both of the Metro Boomin albums.
Yeah, the whole
honestly.
what is that tape? Those tapes called
Savage Mode.
Both the Savage Mode series together is a huge W.
Yeah.
And then the Her Loss,
Yeah.
like the collab album with Drake. Like who the fuck's got a collab album with Drake? Like he's the only one. And Future. That's it. Yeah.
Future, who I don't have on this list
Yeah.
actually. Okay, all right, let's go 21 Savage's Kawhi. Damn, that's kind of crazy. You know who we talked about as Kawhi last time?
Who?
Maybe I shouldn't step on this because we could use it as a different video. But you said Remble.
Oh yeah.
Remble. L.A. Quiet.
Yeah, I like 21 more.
They
though.
just talk in sentences. Yeah. But 21 makes more sense, I think. All right, we talked about this one last time. I think we're going to agree on this still. Who is Chief Keef's NBA player comp?
Oh yeah, it's Derrick Rose, bro.
D Rose.
Yeah,
Chicago.
Break it down for him.
Chicago, first and foremost, obviously.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose kind of is like having his breakout at the same time as Chief Keef is having his breakout.
Crazy.
Big couple years for Chicago,
Dude.
right there, like 2010 to like 2014.
God.
Great.
I bet
great
if we
time
go
for
back in
Chicago.
time and look at certain Derrick Rose like edits and like highlights, there's like Love Sosa and like
there's
don't like
gotta be
just
dude, there's
Derrick Rose
gotta
just
be.
rising up. Bam, don't like.
They also both really like shined in the early part of their career. Maybe their greatest peaks, right? And even after they had their peaks, they still continued to. Derrick Rose went to the Timberwolves and played with the Knicks, and I think he's on the Grizzlies now. Chief Keef has dropped like Thoughtbreaker, and Sorry for the Wait.
Like
and
he's hasn't been
in the limelight
as he was when Finally Rich had dropped in 2012 to 2013. Obviously was when he broke on the scene, he changed the fabric of the game.
Changed. That's the other important
Chicago
part.
drill music was on the map because of Chief Keef. Like I'm not just because of him, but obviously like Lil Bibby, G Herbo, like a bunch of other
but it was
rappers
like
from
this otherwise random thing that happened. It's like this 16-year-old kid from Chicago who's making drill music has a song that's this big, and Kanye's flying him out to Paris, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and Derrick Rose is 21 years old, gonna win the MVP, dunking on people's fucking head tops.
He also changed the point guard position,
sure.
Explosive guards started to happen. Like Russell Westbrook was kind of coming.
He
on
was
the
drafted
scene
before
too.
Derrick Rose, but like Russell Westbrook can't exist how he has for the back half of his career if Derrick Rose doesn't have that career.
And also just like influence, like overall, like to this day, people still say that Chief Keef is like one of their biggest influences. Like all the young kids coming up, and Chief Keef is always on their list. Like I feel like young basketball players too, like younger kids still love D Rose, bro. Like that influence is
the D Rose highlight tape that always goes around like once or twice a year is like the equivalent to when that comes across my timeline, I have to watch it in the same way if Spotify played Don't Like on a radio. I will never skip that. Yeah. Like that's fucking, and I go back and watch that Derrick Rose highlight tape. I go back and listen to Back from the Dead like all the time, Chief
Keef will be my number one artist I listen to this year. Like I have gone back and just like it just everything still hits hard. Like it still does. It's crazy, bro.
Also quietly, like maybe my favorite feature on the Drake album, on the newest Drake album.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Used to be a smarty.
Yeah. Used to want to study. Now she pop, or what'd he say? I forget.
Now she pop a Addy. She at every party. Yeah, he killed
Tato with Rihanna.
Okay, so
hold on. I also want to say.
Oh yeah.
Lil Pump made a song called D Rose, who is a son of Chief Keef. So I think that brings it all together.
Yeah, that is true. Listen to Lil Pump's D Rose.
There has to be a Derrick Rose like highlight tape of just D Rose.
We could probably find that right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. We have 3 left. This next one is who I originally was going to put as Kobe.
Oh shit.
But I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna go with this one, to be honest. Lil Wayne.
Oh.
Lil Wayne's NBA player comp. I was originally thinking Kobe kind of era, style. They're both killers. They're both Mambas.
Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady never like won anything though. That's the tough part. Like,
did Lil Wayne get a Grammy?
I think for Carter 3, yeah.
Okay.
And that sold like 1 million in the first week type shit. Like,
true. We need a heavy hitter.
Because I don't think he's Michael Jordan. Like that's a little too much.
I feel like Jay-Z would probably be MJ.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was originally thinking Kobe. Tracy McGrady.
Or Kanye.
Okay, all right. I don't think this is it, but AI comes to mind.
Oh,
Allen Iverson.
I do like that.
They're both killers, and they both had questionable second halves of their career.
Big time.
Like when AI's going to like the Nuggets and then Memphis and then Detroit, and we're like, what the fuck? Allen Iverson's in a Detroit Pistons jersey?
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, Lil Wayne has a guitar? I'm like, what's going on here?
We need like a GOAT basketball player, but like had like outside circumstances that were kind of out of his control that like stopped from
also Allen Iverson.
Really seeing like because the whole like Carter 4, Carter 5 era was just like a shit show for Lil Wayne.
Right.
Who knows what could have happened if those rollouts actually came to fruition.
Yeah. I feel like let me just search up. I'm going to look up all NBA 2000s teams because it's like it's got to be somebody in there.
I do like
right?
right now I do like AI. I do. I can't.
That might be it.
Yeah.
The only thing is I don't think because AI never won a championship. I mean, he went to the finals, but truly, actually,
Mellow.
Their changing of the culture and of like the fabric and like texture of their respective games is very similar.
Allen Iverson brought hip hop to the NBA in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
Absolutely
he did.
Like the NBA did not like Allen Iverson.
No, hell no.
He started wearing the baggy shorts. It really started like one of the first to be tatted up everywhere.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why they
wearing the headband, the cornrows,
the sleeve.
Yeah.
Not Paul Pierce, I don't think.
Fuck no, dude. God.
Not Paul Pierce. Jamal Mashburn made a 3rd team All NBA. That's pretty crazy. Man, I really think.
I think it might be AI.
I think we got to go Allen Iverson.
I can't think of anybody else that could.
Gilbert Arenas? Not a long enough career. Not a long enough career of cooking people. Allen Iverson was like a multiple time scoring leader, multiple time steals leader. Like, all right, I'm doing it. I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne is Allen Iverson. My brother would be ecstatic to know that that's what we ended up on. It's like his favorite player and his favorite rapper. That's awesome. All right. You remember earlier when I said I had somebody for Luka Doncic in mind?
Yeah.
I got it right here. Babytron.
Oh.
Luka Doncic.
Luka Jokic. Yeah.
They both have not experienced like a lot of success. You know, a certain degree of success, but not a lot of success. Babytron's quantity of bars and punchlines is like Luka's quantity of
just shots up.
shots, rebounds. You're like, holy shit, Luka had 49, 8, and 12 on a Tuesday? Yeah. And then you like look up and you're like, Babytron has 26 new songs out? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
okay.
And I feel like they also both spam their respective moves and styles. Like
spam it hard.
Yeah. Like so
but still can't guard it somehow.
Yeah. We're like, okay, here comes Babytron. We know how he's gonna rap. He's gonna sample something crazy. And then he samples the fitness gram pacer test. And you're like, all right, I'm back. I'm back in. Luka Doncic, I'm like, quit taking that weak ass step back, and then he fucking splashes it, and I'm like, well, I mean, can't argue with that, I guess.
My only couple critiques would be, I think Luka is way bigger than who Babytron is in the rap game.
Agreed.
And then also Luka just plays like at a slower pace than what Babytron like raps at.
Also agree. I would also agree with that.
Like the styles kind of don't really make sense to me, but like I do agree with as far as getting shots up and releases and
volume.
Just like the volume. Yeah, the volume is there.
Alpert Şengün from the Houston Rockets.
I don't even know who that is. That's crazy.
He's like Baby Jokic basically.
Oh, okay.
He's Baby Jokic. Not that's not the right
Babytron.
Tyler Hero.
And this might be LaMelo Ball. Like, super
that.
Flashy. Is kind of on his own island.
Yes.
Like
nobody else shoots just like LaMelo Ball.
Just kind of just also doesn't give a fuck and just like takes dumb shots but makes them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like going to see
You're
LaMelo Ball.
So right.
LaMelo Ball going to see LaMelo Ball play basketball against like the Magic or something, or like the Rockets would be like so much fun.
Yeah. And it's like, I agree with you. On paper, if you were like, hey, this guy shot from right here on the court, I'd be like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but he drilled it.
It's the same way where it's like, hey, Babytron sampled the Star Wars theme song. I'm like, or like what? On paper, if it says somebody sampled the Star Wars theme song, I'd be like, what the fuck is that? And then you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, this is hard. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So I really like the LaMelo Ball one. Okay, let's rate that.
Hell yeah. I've converted you on a couple.
You've really been killing it.
You had some in your mind, and I converted you.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, this is what's really fun about this. It's a true thought exercise.
Yeah,
you know, I had some ideas in mind.
It's critical thinking skills are coming to life right now.
Shout out to all my English teachers.
Yeah,
man.
for real.
Okay, last one, oldest on the list. Okay. I would say him and Lil Wayne maybe could go side by side, but. Who is Gucci Mane's NBA player comp?
Shit. Okay. Damn.
So somebody
basically helped invent a whole genre.
Yes, and is kind of known for being grisly, dark, but also people love him at the same time. Okay. You know, like.
And went through a transformation later on in life. Like when he got out of jail. Just dropped like 100 pounds.
First idea that comes to mind, I don't think this is right, but first player that comes to mind is Kevin Garnett.
So?
Kevin Garnett did
change the power forward position.
Right. I just think in a similar way of like aggressiveness and like people just like the way people talk about Gucci, I feel like they talk about Kevin Garnett like, yo, this guy is crazy. But I love him, and I'm glad he's like on my team or he's in my corner, you know. But I'm not convinced on that. That was just kind of the first person to come to mind.
What about Shaq?
Shaq is not a bad one. Talk to me about that. What's the Shaq comparison?
Well, probably the most dominant in his position ever.
Facts.
Gucci Mane's. He was dominant for like
So
long, dude, and around the same era too.
Yes, definitely.
Um,
He was a larger than life personality.
Just loved by everyone within his world. Also beyond their worlds.
Yes,
in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
Entrepreneurs.
Gucci Mane
business
is in
minded.
fucking Spring Breakers.
Yeah.
Okay, like the guy who made Trap House and Trap God and all these otherwise not really accepted at large kind of tapes.
Yeah.
Like gets in this movie with Selena Gomez and Harmony Korine. Same way Shaq is like now a DJ or like trained to be like a county sheriff or something, you know? Like he's doing all these weird side quests. And it's strictly because people respect and love the legend that is Shaq or that is Gucci Mane. Yeah.
And I think also
Similar
there has
builds.
been transformations later on after their careers their primes have been over.
Yeah. Celtics Shaq.
Yeah.
Celtics Shaq is like
And just both big business guys, you know, like big
definitely.
like entrepreneurs in a lot of ways. And
I like that. I think the biggest point for this comparison to me that you brought up is the sheer dominance.
yeah.
And then because of Shaq, every NBA team was like, well, we have to get a Shaq or we have to get a guy to defend
Just
us. We
like
have
probably
to try
every
it.
label was looking for
Like, who's the next Gucci
so they'd
Mane?
look for Waka Flocka.
Yeah.
and people around them.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was Kobe.
I mean, and without Gucci, we don't have like Future, we don't have Young Thug, we don't have Migos, like, and maybe I don't know if Shaq really has that.
T.I.
same-
too.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know.
T.I.
if
was
Shaq
probably a little
has
before
that.
Gucci though, wasn't he?
That's like the great debate.
That
It's
is the
like
great
who,
debate. It's
who
like-
invented it? You know, who did it? This is a whole other podcast, but I'm very biased, and I'm going to say Gucci
you're a big
Mane.
Gucci guy.
But,
I
you
am
know.
too, but I'm also a big T.I. guy.
Has Shaq really like influenced the next generation of players? Like I'm trying to think, because Gucci definitely influenced the next. I mean,
I would say so.
Amari Stoudemire is obviously not built
Dwight
like
Howard?
Shaq. Oh, Dwight Howard for sure. Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, I like it. I'm not gonna argue it.
Like who did you say before?
Kevin Garnett.
I like Shaq more.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett has like elements of it, but not the total package like Shaq does in this comparison. Okay, so let's go back through our list. Let's see if we have any changing thoughts on this. So I have Yeat as Nikola Jokic. I still don't have another comparison. I like it.
Yeah.
Drake as LeBron James.
So LeBron and Jokic collabing to make I don't give a fuck.
Damn, you know who
It kind of makes sense.
We have to do a part 2 because I just had a thought. But I don't want to say it yet. We have Big Sean as Paul George. Maybe I think my best one. My best call
that
today.
is good.
Destroy Lonely as Kelly Oubre Jr.
Yep. I think that checks out.
Shades of Jalen Green, perhaps, but I like the Kelly Oubre one. Kendrick Lamar as Kobe Bryant.
That makes so much sense.
That's great. 21 Savage as Kawhi Leonard.
Love it.
Chief Keef as Derrick Rose.
Love it.
That's a great one. Lil Wayne as Allen Iverson.
That's a good one.
Babytron as LaMelo Ball.
Yes.
And Gucci Mane as Shaquille O'Neal.
Damn, I think we did pretty good.
That's a solid list.
who's your
dude.
favorite?
That's a solid. I think honestly, I love Lil Wayne as Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
It just that feels like culturally and vibe wise like the most locked in.
Yeah. I like the Chief Keef and Derrick Rose one the best.
Chief Keef as Derrick Rose is awesome.
Yeah, I'm biased because I'm just in a
You're in a Chief Keef state.
I'm in a crazy Chief Keef kick right now. There's just nothing that is hitting like Chief Keef when I'm lifting right now.
You got to go home and watch some Derrick Rose highlights.
Oh, I have to.
You know. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. If you've made it this far in the podcast, comment playoff P. Comment playoff P on this video if you've made it this far. I also want to remind you all to subscribe to us on YouTube, the main page, the TV page, Instagram and Twitter, @SoulSerum, @SoulSerumTV. TikTok. Check out the studio accounts. We'll be posting there a whole lot soon. And we're just going to find more ways to talk about basketball on this podcast. This was too fun.
It just comes so easy and natural for us.
And I think without a doubt, like, we're going to do a part 2 of this. There's so many other people.
We just get excited talking about hoops, man. And hip hop, obviously.
Yeah,
you all know that. But hoops is, and if we can combine the two, then it's a lot
beautiful.
of fun.
Absolutely. Thank you all for watching. And as always, I'm your host, Clay Bonine.
I'm your co-host, T. Mavis.
And we'll see y'all next time. Deuces.
I almost blanked out there.